about water layer by layer by layer. And what you're going to hear is, as we start with this plant in Stanwood, Michigan, where, all this stuff is being, all this water is being taken, and then what you discover is there are three big multinationals all over the world, and what they're doing is they're privatizing water. They go into municipalities, they go into states, they go, hey, you guys are government, you guys are idiots, you don't know what you're doing, which is a pretty good argument to make. What we're going to do is we're going to take over your water supply, we're going to take over your municipal water system, and we're going to run it better, and we're going to pay you a royalty. And a bunch of cities and states go, cool, let's go. And then what you discover is, just like insiders all over the world, as you pointed out, Alex, suddenly the rules change. The price gets jacked up. The water quality isn't as good. All kinds of stuff starts to happen. And you can't, a lot of these deals, these smaller towns, they can't get out of them. Because, Nestle and a couple other French companies, Veolia and Suez, are the biggest ones. None of them, by the way, are American companies.
Yeah, there's German, there's Dutch, there's...
the biggest three are French and Swiss. Britain has Thames Water. And if you look in all over the world, in third world countries, like developing world countries, these companies go out there and they buy up huge amounts of water, and you can't kick them out. Now, here's what you got to realize. As we pull back the layers, in this show, what you're going to find out is the big oil families, the big oil players, suddenly are getting into water. Water, we've all seen this headline, water is the new oil. And one of the primary families doing this are our friends, the Bushes. The Bushes have bought 98,000 acres. I want everyone to just picture that for a minute. 98,000 acres in South America. It's in an area actually that borders different countries. It's near Paraguay, and where Paraguay hits Brazil. Right there on the southern border of Brazil, the northern border of Paraguay. Why did they buy 98,000 acres? I'll tell you. Because it sits over the world's largest aquifer. Excuse me, the largest aquifer in the Western Hemisphere. Sorry, there's a larger one in Russia.
And the biggest in the U.S. is under Texas, and that's where Boone Pickens has moved in.
T. Boone, smart man that he is, figured something out. And by the way, we have this on the show. You see him on the show looking into the camera going, well, water's free, but not for long. I mean, it's right there. And again, everything I'm saying, anybody can get on Google, point and click, and you can see what I'm talking about.
And then they lobby all over the U.S. and Europe to ban you having your own well or collecting rainwater, just like their Food Safety Act shuts down you growing food at your own farm because they're creating artificial scarcity.
Yes, I didn't realize there are laws to... You mean I can't sink my own well in a lot of places?
Yes, and they're the ones lobbying for it.
Oh, sure. They want to control... If you wanted to control a population, let's say you were a particular group of elites and you wanted to control a population, well, there's two ways that are the most efficient way to do it. You control the water and you control the food. That's pretty much the best way you can do it. You cannot live more than 2 weeks without water. You can't. Usually you will die within 3 or 4 days. If the human body is 15% dehydrated or has a 15% water deficiency, to use a really accurate term, a 15% water deficiency will kill you within 24 hours.
Yes.
I mean, kill dead. So if you want to control a population, that's a pretty good way to do it. And T. Boone figured out that in Texas, if you own the land, you also own the water rights. So what T. Boone did, again, being the billionaire that he is he bought up a whole bunch of land, and on his ranch, he created a town. And a town gets to have its own water district. And guess who the citizens of the town are? T. Boone's employees. So what does he do? He sinks a lot of pumps in there, starts to suck out it's called the Ogallala Aquifer, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard of. Am I talking too fast?
No, you're right on target.
Okay, because I'm so lit up about this that it just makes me crazy that this stuff is happening.
In fact, I mean, talking to the crew, you guys have really been wound up about water, and you should be, because in your investigation, it's not just they're creating an oligopoly, not just creating artificial scarcity, not just running these scams, not just trying to keep us from getting our own water, but they're adding stuff to the water. Michael Braverman, stay there. Let's continue. This is riveting. This affects everybody. Our bodies are 75% water. Water is life. And this just shows how dastardly these robber barons are, these new water barons. We'll be right back. Infowars.com, prisonplanet.tv.
Calling all manufacturers from across the United States. Are you eager to have people buy your products right here at home instead of having them buy competing products made on the other side of the world? Do you want to build your business while helping boost our nation's economy at the same time? Then localmakers.com is the website for you. Our site provides an easy way for manufacturers to connect with customers within their local community as well as across the United States. From the small manufacturer who works out of their home to the large manufacturers across the U.S. Localmakers.com connects customers to the closest manufacturer by simply entering their zip code. So if you make your own goods and want to expand your market, go to localmakers.com and put your products on one of our shelves. If you're not a local manufacturer but know someone who is, take advantage of the localmakers.com referral program and earn income by getting others to join. Simply go to localmakers.com and register. There's no cost to join. That's localmakers.com. Visit localmakers.com today.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Going solar for cheap is as easy as 1, 2, 3. If you want to go solar but thought the setup costs were too high, now you can build your own solar panels for less than $200. Don't laugh. We've sold over 45,000 solar do-it-yourself kits. Watch our introduction video at 123cheapsolarvideo.com. The video is free, but it won't last long. Save money on electric bills and get off the grid. Go to 123cheapsolarvideo.com right now. Our website again is 123cheapsolarvideo.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
It's the winter cold and flu supplement sale at herbalhealer.com. Take advantage of Herbal Healer Academy's incredible savings on the best cold and flu supplements available. Many of you know elderberry is exceptional against viral infections. Right now, Herbal Healer Academy has Elderberry Power, regularly priced at $16.95, now incredibly low at only $10 for 60 vegetarian caps. For children and seniors, our Herbal Healer Academy Flew Away Elderberry Liquid is only $13 for a 4-ounce bottle. Also on super sale, olive leaf capsules, oregano oil plus capsules, and our incredible Respirate formula, Oregacillin Physician Strength capsules for your lungs. Normally $34.95, now just $25. Hit the winter specials link at herbalhealer.com for these cold and flu supplement specials and other on-sale products like apple cider vinegar, brain power, and neuro recovery. New customers get a free catalog with your first order. Log on and hit the winter specials now at herbalhealer.com.
All right, Michael Braverman is our guest, and you noticed it wasn't hype about the FEMA camp police state special. I mean, I saw the reviews online, the listeners, even mainstream, people on YouTube, they said, boy, Alex wasn't joking when he said this is groundbreaking. Confirming the FEMA camps, the secret police takeover plan, the deathbed confession last week of E. Howard Hunt on national TV, all the other big revelations. Lee Harvey Oswald's widow saying, look, my kids aren't safe if I talk to you. Bombshell stuff. Well, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, Tell everybody you know to tune in. By the way, Michael, when are they going to air the police state special again? Because I know they usually air a previous episode at 8 p.m. Central right before the new one.
That's when it should be on, although sometimes the network, sort of flips the schedule around, although I believe that it should be on at 9. But
that's 9 Eastern. That's 9 Eastern. Right now, it is scheduled to air before the new episode.
Yeah, and I urge everybody to take a look at that again on the rerun. It's an amazing episode because, as you know, Alex, we got in a lot of trouble for that episode because we shine the light on stuff that they don't want the light shined on. And I got to say, I want to give a shout-out to True TV. True TV has more courage than any network I've ever dealt with in my career because they have put this show on, as you know. And, we don't mess around. We shine the light on very controversial subjects, and we go right at it. And
tomorrow night you're going to expose that the government's putting uranium in the water to sterilize us. I mean, folks, and what's incredible is you exposed the UN climate fraud, shot it months before, and then it aired right as ClimateGate came out.
Yep.
Now it's breaking in Texas news that they're covering up the uranium in the water right as you come out with it. But, just to interrupt, this is a short segment. Let's go over the bullet points that we're allowed to reveal here.
Okay.
Ventura reveals that foreign companies are stealing water from the Great Lakes. The Nestle Corporation stashes these 12 pumps miles away from the shoreline of Lake Michigan in a private game preserve where no one can see them. You'll finish up with Pickens here in a minute in Texas with his fake town up in the Panhandle. Great Lakes levels are dropping, and some streams and groundwater sources have already dried up. They're shipping it to...
By the way, I'm just going to stop you. When you guys watch the show, when your listeners watch the show, you will see us, and we shoot a thing, and we got a local guy, and he goes, see that over there? We have a new name for that. That's called the dead stream. The dead stream, and that's because of this water pumping. So this is happening, I don't mean to interrupt, Alex, but this stuff is happening right now. It's right under our noses. It's right,
and it's being shipped to China.
I'm sorry?
The show also shows these giant... tell them about the water bags.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's another thing. There's a technology out there, and again, you all can Google this. It's called the Sprague bag. It's based on a guy named Larry Sprague who invented it. Basically, what they're going to do is they're going to make these giant floating water bladders. And because fresh water, as I found out, is lighter than seawater. So basically, you can put a huge water train of 50 of these things, 100 football fields long, towed across the ocean with our fresh water. And as one of our guests says, they're going to take our champagne water that's been in the ground for millions of years, which is this fresh, life-giving water. They can take that anytime they want, and we let them do it. The government lets them do it, put it in these giant water trains, 100 football fields long, and ship it to America's enemies, if that's what they feel like doing.
For $100 a year. Let me just finish these bullet points.
Sure, sorry.
No. I mean, you can tell we're both frothing here. Because this is so...
This one, and by the way, this one makes Jesse Ventura, this one made him so angry, and you'll see it on the screen.
I was with him in person in Austin after he got back from the Great Lakes, and I've never seen him turning red and grabbing my shoulder going, Alex, they're stealing it. I mean, he was frothing.
Yeah.
Oh, so he gets mad on the show then?
Oh yeah, because it's right there. People think that we hype this stuff up, as you said. It's right there. All you got to do is Google Stanwood, Michigan.
You can't hype up big enough them putting uranium in the water to literally destroy our sperm count, now down by 87%. You can't hype that enough.
Well, let's go to that a second. Again, you can Google this. Anybody can Google this. Male birth rates all around the world are dropping precipitously in some cases. And this goes across all species. This is not just human beings. Male birth rates, male fertility is dropping. This is a fact. This is a drop-dead fact. Now, why is that happening? Well, one of the reasons it's happening is uranium, even in trace amounts in the water, has a terrible effect on male fertility, terrible effect on testosterone. But what it does is it increases estrogen. So you have, all of a sudden, you have fish showing up all over the world, and especially in here in the United States, too. You have fish showing up with both organs, with both male and female sex organs. You have otters. Don't ask me why it's otters, because I guess because they live in the water.
I can tell you why. Stay there. They're hermaphrodites now, because the alluvial They're dumping all the water we've used into rivers. It's got the estrogen, the chemicals in it. The otters then eat shellfish where it precipitates. It bioaccumulates in the otters. Stay there. This is key intel. The radiation attack straight ahead.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.